Let's start with how you got to where you are. Tell me a little bit about your individual backstories, where you're from, how you came up, how'd you end up meeting and forming the group.
We both from Augusta. We had our own campaigns going on at the time. You know, my father was managing me at the time, and his brother was managing him at the time. You know, like I said, it's a small town, like everybody know each other, you know what I mean? It's one of those. So we had our separate campaigns. I was doing my thing, was doing this thing. They put us together, we got in the studio. We was friends before we made any record, you know what I'm saying? So then they put us in the studio. Our first song we made, like, really took off in our city. With that being said, we was, you know, back and forth from Augusta to Atlanta, just networking and trying to get on, trying to be heard. Ran into Luda.
At the age of 15, 16, we ran into Luda. We were still in high school too. So, you know, that was a blessing too at the end of the day. And, you know, shout out to Shaka, Jeff, and Luda. You know, they showed us a lot of different things that that didn't really, you know, pave out the way it was supposed to, but there's no love lost at the end of the day. And really, you know, from there, we locked ourselves in the studio, started writing for other artists like Trey Songz, Meek Mill, Kevin Gates, Juicy J. Yeah,
etc. Man. So,
etc.
you know what I mean? It was a blessing, you know what I mean, just to write for all, well, I'm not saying we just writing the whole song, but you know what I mean, just to work with them, man. It's definitely a blessing. So, locked ourselves back in the studio, came over mine right now, we're talking to you.
And before we came with mine right, I mean, it's a lot of stuff. Like, TK and Cash go deep, you get what I'm saying? We was signed to Chris Lighty before he passed. We was the last act to sign to him before he passed, so definitely RIP to Chris Lighty. That was a big part of our career, and, you know, after that, you know, fell through, and after he passed, it took a big toll on us and everybody, you know what I mean? Because we had a lot of plans in the work. We had a lot of different things we were going to do.
Going on, man.
From movies to everything, you know what I mean? So
anybody who know what, you know what I mean, what Chris Lighty was about, you know it was pipe up season. We seen the light.
The light was, I touched the light. I touched the light.
You know what I mean? Everything happens for a reason, man, and, you know, definitely RIP to the great Chris Lighty.
Definitely.
You said you guys came up and at first you were individual rappers before you joined forces.
Right.
And you were from the same small town, right?
Right.
Was there ever, like, you heard this one was popping or you heard each other?
Of course.
Okay.
I was always the one that was on the radio, you know what I mean?
But that's the funny thing is, I was on the radio on top of, you know what I mean, my pop had all my flyers, I had T-shirts, I had dancers, you know what I mean, my little cousins, you know what I mean, it was, how was it, like 13, 14. Had all that, man, rap van, my face all over the van, all that, man, yeah, piping up for real, yeah.
Surprised. Have you ever been in a rap group?
No, I have not.
It's one of the most impossible things to do. And for somebody to be in anywhere in music that long, man, that's amazing, man.
Like I just told y'all, when you own your shit, there's nothing else to say. It's the Eminem and 8 Mile theory. At the end of 8 Mile, Eminem got on that microphone, said everything that guy possibly could say bad about him. He owned his shit, and the guy couldn't even say anything.